Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here with another episode of the Bearden Talks. I'm your host, The Spirity, and we have Mr. Works for Tips over right here. And we're back
Hello.
again with another episode. With another episode. And so, in today's episode, we'll be discussing three topics. So this might be long, might be short, depending on how this goes. We'll be discussing Multiversus surpasses 10 million. We're going to be comparing that to the other Smash clones or games. Then we have what do you call Marvel's Midnight Suns has been delayed again, and possibly until 2023. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about some announcements that was made from EVO. So we'll go ahead and get on to it. So thoughts on Multiversus? How do you feel about it? I have a lot of thoughts on this, but Tits, I want to start with you first. How do you feel about Multiversus compared to Smash and also Nickelodeon All Stars, or maybe even Cartoon Network's Punch Time Explosions? You remember that game? Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Multiversus has potential,
hmm
considering that it has a lot of players. I have like specifically like I know I have a lot of fun with this game.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually casually I have fun with it. Competitively, I have more fun with Smash. But
Yeah.
either way, it doesn't matter. I still have fun with this game.
Yeah.
It has a good amount of characters. I know that later down the road there's more to come.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, obviously I gotta rep my Shaggy.
Like Gone.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Um, I know for me, I like it. I do. My only problem is that the balancing is ass. I'm gonna say it like this:
Yes.
it's a fun game, but balancing is just straight up ass. It's
Uh,
usually everyone picks the best character in the game, which is Finn, or it was Taz, but Taz got nerfed. Now it's Finn, and then they thought like they nerfed Taz
it's
quickly, but now
it's like you'll run into I don't know a LeBron, and then after you beat LeBron, it's like he'll either switch to Finn, he'll switch to Shaggy, he'll switch to Bugs,
yeah.
or Tom and Jerry because both mages are like the stupidest characters in the entire game.
And so it's like, goddamn, like, come on, man, quit. I just hate it. But I mean, it's a great game. But also for me, I think we discussed on this a lot when it comes to like the microtransactions too, especially since it's in quote unquote beta. I felt like they are rushing so into this microtransaction thing, and so many people have bought into it already that like you don't know how the game's going to turn out down the line before you fully get into for it fully like develops into something. Especially since we're in pre-season one right now, and season one ain't coming out until like I don't know, maybe another month from now, for what I know. But yeah. Multiverse is like compared to Smash Bros. Though, because the only thing I would say that makes the big difference is the robot netcode. But even
Yeah,
then, the robot netcode can be ass itself, especially when you're
true.
getting knocked off the map where you can't where for some reason it like skips, you can't recover, even though it's like, well damn, I got knocked out when I was like 50 points for HP or whatever. And I'm like, wow, that's insane. And you can't come back because I don't know,
Yeah,
rollback kind of screws me up, especially for me. It screws me up that way a lot, and that's what pisses me off. Um, but also if we compare it to Nickelodeon All Stars, to me, Nickelodeon All Stars is for what it is. It's still a great game. People are
yeah.
dogging it because it has a little bit animations, a little bit off. It didn't have voice acting at the start. Like people were like, voice acting really killed it. Well, that didn't really kill it. It killed it for me. I was like, bro, come on, y'all. Like, you're all that serious? It's not even that serious. And then now that they got voice actors, like, well,
So
multiverse is
it's decent.
yeah, it's decent now. I mean, multiverse is still beats it, and it's decent. I'm like, well, I mean, hey, this is their first go around with this, and I understand that like Nickelodeon didn't give Nickelodeon All Stars like a bigger budget, uh, and what do you call multiverse has the backing of WB,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Like, I guess you could say in the next iteration of Nickelodeon All Stars, it'll be a lot better budget.
Or if they continue to update it, which I'm pretty sure that's what they're most likely gonna be doing.
Yeah, that is very true. That is,
Because I definitely know that like as long as they keep it updated and possibly add more characters, people will probably come back.
yeah,
I remember that 'cause I know that me and you played it when it first dropped, and then like
yep.
after a month we stopped playing. Then when voice acting came out, you hopped on to check it out, and it's like I might actually reinstall this game and possibly ask Spacey if he wants to play the game again.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a fun game. Again, it has it is what it is. Um, I mean, hey, they don't have microtransactions in it, so I mean, keep
I mean,
that.
yeah. I think one I remember being in a VC with someone, and they were saying that one reason Multiversus would be better is because it had the voice acting, which like this is like way before
I
um
mean,
Nickelodeon All Star Brawl got voice
I
acting.
mean, compared to the voice acting, no, I'll be honest
Well,
with
I
you.
mean, there's more, but like besides that, he also said like that Multiversus was free while you had to pay money for Nickelodeon.
I mean, like,
And and I also will say this was before the Multiverses also came out, so
yeah.
you know,
I mean, I would say like
but
compared to like what was I gonna say? God, I lost the train of thought. Oh yeah, voice line. So when it comes to like the voice line, so I mean, to me again, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, I don't really care about hearing like other characters' voices. I mean, even Smash doesn't really have voices other than ha he ha. The natural like swinging attacks and whatnot. So it doesn't really make a difference at all. I mean,
yeah,
it's all when I play a fighting game, it's more so just about the skill. And right now in
yeah.
multiverses, there ain't no balance, there ain't no skill in it. Damn it.
You'll get
um,
like this some characters in Smash that actually say something,
yeah,
saying like I don't know, like for example, just Violet saying the name of her weapons, Air Bar, Admir, and Fail Not.
yeah. Another thing too is hit detection in multiverse is pretty bad. I mean,
Oh,
again, keep in mind, I'm proud that the game has hit over 10 million players and people are enjoying it. But yes, the hit detection in the game is pretty atrocious as well.
bro,
Um,
I literally was playing against a Tom and Jerry earlier. I'm like already on the ground. He looks like he does down air. It
yeah.
looks like it should have missed, but like it looks like but it hit me. It's like, bro, like are you kidding me? Is that the power of a fucking mage that
Yeah,
he has a magical frying pan that fucking gives him an extra 3 feet even though it's just a normal everyday use frying pan?
yeah. Another thing too is that like let's say it's Superman's grab, right? It's like I understand that it's a grab, it's a side B, it's a grab, and it's supposed to get priority. But I'm like, okay, if he's in the air for more than like 3 seconds or 2 seconds, that priority should be going away now, and you should be able to hit him from the front or from the back. But hey,
Yeah.
that's just me though, because anywho, when it comes to hit detection, of course, again, it's like I do my move before they do their move, and then my move still gets broken through. I don't know, but I mean, again, I enjoy it.
So I also want to say with the whole like Superman side B thing. It's
Mhm.
fucking stupid because like you'll be above him and he still grabs you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, one last thing. Um, when it comes to the earnings, I talked about this as tips not too long ago. The earnings when you earn gold to the game. I understand that they want you to spend money. I do. It's a game, free to play game. They need you to spend money, but the grind is way too much for the coins that they give you. You have to at least play like 10 matches to even get like maybe 1,000 coins at best, and that's if you don't have your dailies. No, not your dailies, but your like first one of the game, or if
Yeah.
you don't level up, your characters or whatever. Like, I mean,
You literally get like maybe 30 to 40 just doing one whole set.
yeah. And then on top of that, I mean, I bought like 5 characters so far, but it's just such a fucking grind. It's annoying. It's so annoying. And then like all the characters that you really want, especially some of the cool ones, which are of course expert, are like 3,000. You got to grind up that. It's like okay, I finally have that now, and it's just like, oh my gosh, dude. And I already spent money on League of Legends. I don't got to spend money on this game. I'm gonna play it because what it is. But I think like with the whole grinding of coins and stuff, I think they need to do it a lot better, especially like when it comes to like when it comes to skins too. So with skins and stuff, right? They have you can buy skins. You have to. I'm sorry. You're forced to buy skins and icons with real money. I get it. They want you to spend money, but at least give us a chance to earn those skins while playing the game. Especially if the skins cost like let's say like 15,000 gold, 20,000 gold, or something like that. I think that would be fair because it's like okay, you either gotta sacrifice a character you want to buy or wait and buy a skin. Something like that. And I'd rather.
It's like, and honestly, they could also make they because like they're kind of doing like the whole like when it comes to skins at least like
Mhm.
the Dead by Daylight route. You know how like you actually have to spend money to get the skins.
Yeah,
But if anything, I'd kind of like it. For example, they let's say I don't know. For example, Finn, since he's like 2,000 coins just to buy in general.
yeah,
If you wanted to get like one of his skins, I don't know, it'd be a purple skin that's like 1,500 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Gleamium, which is like $15.
Yeah.
You can actually pay gold coins, but it'd be a lot more.
Hmm.
Like for example, you'd have to pay what, like 15,000? Is it good enough?
Yeah, like something like that. Like I'd rather, because League of Legends does that, and I feel like it's fine that way. Like you can earn skins for free, or you just by playing the game, or you can spend real. Like if you want a skin so bad, you pay for it. That's what I do. I mean, but that's all I have to say about Multiversus. What about you, Tips? You got anything to say?
I just hope that the problems they have, like the rollback, at least gets fixed. That is a definitely needs to get fixed. I'm tired of like being on the right side. I'm like, I have my second jump, and like my second jump doesn't even do anything
Oh,
because of
dude.
a rollback.
Oh yeah, I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, dude. I'm like sitting there.
And
You click
then
your
like
leg.
I'm pressing it, and like I'm just hearing, like, you know how like when you press like certain buttons, you just hear like they beep 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 beep.
Yeah, it's like you're pressing it. Like it's like, wait, I should have my double jump, or I should have my side B, and then it's like, well, no, I'm sorry. You apparently rollback fucked you over. I'm like, well, it's not my fault. I have to play against a person with a shitty connection.
Mm.
All right, but hey, that's how it is, though, man. I guess
Yeah.
that's how it is. Let's go ahead and go over to our next topic here, which we could talk about Marvel and Midnight Suns being delayed once again, possibly to 2023. So, an article here by IGN has stated that Marvel's Midnight Suns have been delayed a second time, by the way, while it doesn't seem to be long delay. We're now once again without a clear release date for the Firaxis tactical RPG. In today's Take Two earnings, the publisher revealed that it has moved back the launch of the Midnight Suns to ensure that the teams of Firaxis and 2K deliver the best possible experience to our fans. It's expected to arrive later this fiscal year, which for Take Two means that before March of 2023. But we don't have a specific date yet. Only PC, PS4, and Xbox Series X and S players will get jump in on that date. The PS4 and Xbox Switch versions are planned for even later. So it's going to be quite a bit before we get the hands on this game. This game is supposed to be like a Marvel-esque kind. Now one can call it XCOM based, but it's like more like a card based, turn-based strategy, which looks really cool. So don't get me wrong, it's one of those games that looks like I might
Turn-based
pick.
strategy, all
It's
right.
yeah, it's kind of like a card based where it's like you'll say you got Spider-Man, right, and then you have like these cards, right,
Yeah.
and you have like a punch attack card or special attack card, something like that, and it's turn and it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not into card games like that, but I'm like, I'll give it a chance. I wouldn't mind, especially since it's like a marble game, so I wouldn't mind.
I was gonna say it probably has to depend on a certain card game.
Yeah. Um. It's a. Have you heard about this game, Tips? Like, what do you think about
I
this?
I have not heard about this game, although I wish I kind of did because the concept of the game does sound pretty neat. Actually,
Mhm.
wait, hang on a
I just went
second.
ahead and
I was gonna say I'm looking at the link right now. And it's like
mhm.
I think I remember the trailer. Hang on a second. Let me look at this real quick.
Because that. Well, are you looking at that? Like a lot of games that have or slated to come out this year have been like delayed. Like a lot of games have been getting delayed to 2023. And you got people sitting here, of course saying, "Oh my gosh, 2023 is going to get packed again. This game's going to get packed again." And it's like, God, I mean, it's like it sounds like a broken record to me when people keep saying that. Like it's going to be packed. And they said the same thing about 2022. It's going to be packed. And look at like where we're at now. More games that have been delayed. I mean, yes, you can blame COVID. You can do that if you want to. I mean, that's just me. But I feel like after 2020, and past 2021, everybody should be ready and set. Should be perfectly where they are. In terms of like getting things together and releasing games and all that kind of stuff. But like I said,
Yeah.
that's just me though. But yeah, we'll go back to you, Tis. What are your thoughts on that?
From so far from what I saw, like the little trailer, um, the game looks pretty good. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
I do like the idea of it being like, well, the whole card system. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I had to fully see how it like plays out.
yeah,
But it's interesting that like, because like the card system almost kind of reminds me of like something like what's it called, Paper Mario Sticker Star, where you literally like, yes, I use it as an example of how like you had to literally like
I remember that game.
where you had to like buy like your jumps and your hammers, and then you
Yeah,
use them and then they're gone.
yeah, that's exactly. I think it's going to be more akin to Kingdom Hearts. What do you call it? Rechain of
Fan
Memories?
memories.
Yeah, it's going to be more akin to that. But that's basically what it is, actually. Actually,
I mean,
that is what it is.
I'd say I could kind of get behind that, considering how many times I've played Chain of Memories.
Yeah,
Yes, I know pain and suffering.
pain, worse than pain and suffering. All right, and tips. Do you have anything else to say about Marvel Midnight Suns? 'Cause I think honestly, I'll say my last piece real quick. It looks like a great game. Looks really cool. As a Marvel character fan, as I am, like as I do like Marvel, I hope that the game won't get delayed again because otherwise we'll start to have a cyberpunk thing going on here. Where people always bring up, well, a good game is going to be a delayed game or whatever. Delayed games always become good. I don't know, whatever that saying is, right?
I, I can name another game.
Name it, dude. Hey, we've gone all out.
It's gonna piss you off, but Advance Wars.
That too, yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah. So sad.
And it's also a delayed game is a good game.
Yeah. Apparently, apparently the game was basically already finished. I'm gonna say my last piece on Advance Wars, man. Game was already finished, but hey, Ukraine. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so I mean that's it. And like you said, tips. Do you have anything else to say?
No, not really. Just I'm looking forward to this game when it comes out. I'll definitely have to look at videos and see how it is and go from there if I want to pick it up or not.
Yep. Okay, so the last but not least topic here for this episode is we're gonna talk about EVO, or at least the announcements of EVO for the most part. So EVO just happened recently, and they announced some pretty cool things from EVO. King of Fighters released. My friend group played King of Fighters briefly for about I think like a month, maybe about half, but we all have stopped playing it right now. But it's a great game series, so don't get me wrong. They
Yep.
recently released news that they're coming out with another DLC pack of characters. Really cool. It's always good to see more variety of characters within the game, and also that crossplay is coming to the game. So as you guys know, crossplay in fighting games are amazing, or is amazing, because of the simple fact that not a lot of people play fighting games. And if King of Fighters was just strictly on PC, the game would probably be dead within a month. But because of crossplay, though, it'll bring everybody together, and you'll have more of a population pool. Um, what are your thoughts on King of Fighters, or it getting these kind of updates?
Vampires is a good fighting game series from what I know. I've played 14 and 15 with you. I played 98 against my brother on arcade,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a lot of fun.
My only
It
issue.
has a good
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it has a good cast of characters. Um, good variety of like I don't know how to say it, but you could say like for example, like Shoto, grapplers, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you'd call that.
Let's call it what it is. What you
Yeah,
said.
I'll just say classes, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Um, Man, the only thing I recently heard also about King of Fighters is that um it's being hurt somehow. Something online is hurting it. I'm not for sure what. I have to look more into it. But a lot of people have been having issues with the online. I think it has something to do with like connectivity or something of the sort. So I need to check into that myself. But like I said, King of Fighters is pretty great. Then we
Yep.
have Persona 4 Arena getting rollback netcode in a patch. And now I said it a while back that if I'm ever going to get the game, which I will sometime in the future, it will need to have rollback netcode, and now they have it, so it looks like it's about the time to to get it and play it. Persona 4 Arena recently came out back in early 2012, I think, if I recall. Back, but then they ported over to PC last year, 2021, right?
Oh
Tips?
well, no.
Or was it 2020?
The PC version came out in March.
This year, really?
Yeah.
I feel like, damn. I feel like it came out like a while back, like a 2020. Dang. All
No,
right.
March of this year. Yeah,
Okay. Well,
dude, time flies.
yeah. It really, honestly, it really did though. Like for real. But
God, I can't even remember when this game like originally came out on like Xbox and PlayStation.
I need to.
Probably
I
around
bought it because
2012.
I bought it for PS3 myself.
Yeah, it
Um,
was probably around 2012.
and so I think back then, yeah, it didn't have rollback or anything back then. So now that this has rollback, it's pretty cool. Because if you release a fighting game without rollback, it's pretty much dead in the water. Because you don't want to. People don't just like they don't like being pressured on delay based netcode. Basically, delay based netcode sucks. Which the delay based where like you're sitting there doing your moves, and then all of a sudden the lag starts to happen, and you're fucked, basically.
because it's gonna eat your inputs, and it's like you did your quarter circle forward input, but for some reason the right input on it didn't go fully.
Yeah. Another announcement that I saw at EVO was Tekken 8, or it was a somewhat of a teaser of Tekken 8. They teased it at the end of the Tekken Evo. So it basically was Kazuya smiling, and people at first was thinking that it was a Tekken 1 remake, but in Tekken 1, Kazuya didn't have his scar and also his red eyes for details. So keep that in mind. Now, as a big Tekken player, I'm excited to see what happens with Tekken 8, but I really wanted to see if
You
Tekken
can tell
X.
he's a big fan.
I am. And what I really want to see if Tekken X Street Fighter was still a thing, but because I think the last time I heard about that, it was currently in development hell. So that might not ever come out. If you want to know about more about that, that is mostly because Street Fighter X Tekken kind of not really failed, but it just didn't
Didn't
it just
I
didn't
would
do
say it
well.
didn't live up to it.
Yeah, it didn't live up to the reception. I mean, it was a great game, but what ruined it was the whole gym system of the game. The gym system really screwed up the potential chance, basically. So that's why Tekken 8 Street Fighter has not been announced since 2012. Literally, it's been in development hell since. It's kind of sad though. It's been in development hell since 2016, basically. So we might see it one day, might not. I highly doubt it. I'm not sure. I don't know. And last but not least, after almost what 4 to 5 years of being released, Dragon Ball Fighter Z finally gets rollback netcode, and it was based on frame delay or whatever. And so, hey, I mean, I don't know how many people still play at least the PC version of it. I'm surprised it hasn't got crossplay yet. I actually probably should look this up. But what are your thoughts on Fighter Z, Tip? Since you are a pretty sweaty man in that game.
I mean, I'm glad it has rollback. I don't have to worry about, you know, doing some kind of input or, fucking my block, missing or, fucking you using a move on me for Mr. fucking Chaozu exploding me.
Yeah, I remember the best times when we were playing that game was like y'all can't complain. Oh my god! I'm like, just hold back. I am holding back, piece shit. That sounds more like Zalgor there, but
Bro,
hey.
bro, at least with rollback, we could deal with Ultra Instinct Goku.
Oh my god, no. Pause. Say less. Say say less. I gotta hate saying that word now, but yeah, say less. But it's really cool to see like some of these games will get announced, and it's always good to again, we're somewhat casual fighting player, fighting game players. We like play Smash, like play a lot of other things. It's really cool to see like these games really come out, be supported and get better over time. And so hopefully, people just because I think what this year or last year, like a lot of fighting games came out in like a short period amount of time, like Guilty Gear, King of Fighters, people like or I think like what is that game? D&D Fighter Online or something like that.
DNF.
Yeah, DNF. A lot of games came out and were dropped because fighting is just coming out abundantly quick and but it's always good to have more fighting games and more diversity, I guess, in that genre. It's really cool. Do you have anything else to say about DBZ tips?
No, I'm just glad that it got not crossplay, rollback. Although
Mhm.
crossplay would be really great for it to have.
I'm actually surprised it hasn't got crossplay either. I wonder if that Grand Blue Fantasy game is going to get crossplay or rollback, but I highly doubt it because I don't think a lot of people play it right now.
Hmm.
Let's see how it's Grand Blue Fantasy. Personally, check right because I think the first time I played the game online, I kind of whooped that person's ass.
Bro, you fought CPUs to determine your rank.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. So, with Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, there's only like 427 players in the game, so I mean, it's not dead, but it's still got some players in this, which is good.
It's not dead, but it's also not pop.
Yeah, not popping it pretty much. But I mean, that's all I have to say about the topics here. So I hope that you guys who watch this podcast enjoyed our topics here today. If you guys want to throw in any topics for us to talk about in the future, please let either me or Tips know in the comment section below or in our DMs if you know us personally. My name is Disparity, variety content creator here on YouTube, and also like to play a lot of RPGs and strategy games. And last but not least, if you guys ever want to support me even further, definitely consider subscribing to my Patreon, guys. We can subscribe to as low as $2 a month. That's like a cheeseburger there. Tips, go ahead. Tips, do your thing, man.
I am Works for Tips. I am a variety content streamer on Twitch. I play all sorts of games on there. You can also find me on Twitter, where I would pretty much advise that you at least be over 18, just in case if you look at the stuff that I might retweet or like.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, I mean, you can also find me on Twitter too, but I try to just tend to post my working content on there. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. Uh, but I thank you guys for coming out there and watching this video. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out. And much love, everybody. We're signing out. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.